Welcome to Conversations on Congruency. I am Tania, Gerard, your congruency coach, and the purpose of this show is to explore what congruency means, how can you experience it in your life, and what are the elements of the congruency system and how you can use them, you can practice them to live a joyful, more peaceful life. Thank you very much for watching today. So today it's the first episode, and I would like to introduce you to the concept of congruency. We grow up contained in a structure. The job that our parents do is to provide this structure, to set the boundaries between what would keep us safe and what would not keep us safe, between what would keep us healthy and what would be a threat to our health, between what is acceptable and what is not. So our parents create this structure through their teachings, through their values, through their beliefs and their ideas. And we grow up within this structure. This structure becomes a frame, and it seems it is the way the world is, because that is how we experience it. But it can also become a limit on how we experience the world. Think of that scene in Alice in Wonderland when she eats that cookie and she grows so big that she's just stuck within the house she went in. Okay, so it could happen for any reason that outer structure, that structure that other people built for us, starts not working for us anymore. But, we are humans and we evolved as part of a group. We adapted to understand that the safest place to be is within a group. And the normal thing is to live by the norm. That is how we are wired. So even if we start feeling like this structure is not working for us, even if we start feeling like this structure is causing pain or is becoming something that limits our own personal growth, we try to stay there, and we try and we sacrifice and we try just to be there because we love our people. And this structure many times means our family, our nation, our country, our identity, what we feel is our identity. So we try to fit there, and then it becomes, from Alice in Wonderland, we come to a very scary part of Cinderella, when we want our feet to fit in the shoe. So we start cutting pieces from it, because if the slipper fits us, then we have a prince, and we have a treasure, and we have a palace, and we don't know what will happen if our foot is too big to get into the crystal slipper. And this pain and this danger is honestly very real, because as soon as we try to walk a little bit outside of the lines, we might receive anger, and we might receive judgment, and we might want to be ashamed by all these people that built a structure for us. So we might feel every single day that we don't fit, that this limits are crushing our souls, that these boundaries are constraining our growth. But loneliness and fear are real, and pain is real. And sometimes there are people that go on and live like that for the rest of their lives. Sometimes we wait until we can't wait anymore, and it becomes a matter of survival and mental health. Or sometimes something happens at life, presents us with a situation that just doesn't give us any other choice but to explore what's outside of those boundaries, of that structure that other people build for us. And then we face a choice. We face the choice of staying there, going back, knowing that it doesn't make sense, that it's crushing us, that it's causing us pain, but believing or justifying it in any way we can, and we just go back there and we spend the rest of our days wondering if we could have a joyful life. Or we can choose to take a deep breath and sail onto the journey to the unknown. We don't know what's there, but we hope it's something that makes sense for us. So when we choose to start our journey, the first thing that is very clear, that becomes very clear, is that nobody will lay the path for you. You need to lay it for yourself. And you realize that this journey is about building your own inner structure. But this is the thing. You're no longer using other people's elements. You're not using their ideas or their values or their beliefs. You start owning what you're building your life upon, and therefore you are assuming responsibility. And it's such a powerful responsibility, because at the same time it becomes the joy of knowing that you chose that, and it also becomes the very serious task of being honorable and being there if things don't work out. Building our own structure, setting up onto our journey to congruency, means assuming the risk of making mistakes and owning them. And also assuming the risk of finding joy and peace and owning that. And well, it's very interesting because sometimes this joyful, peaceful part is even scarier than the one of the mistakes. So congruency has like two different distinctions. As I said, within the congruency system, it means being in alignment. Who you are aligns with what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. And it is not a process, and we will explore that. It's not a road that goes from A to B. It's something that is permanent, because as soon as you reach congruency, something changes and you need to readjust. And that is what congruency is about. And also there's this second part that is very important to me. Congruency means to be in agreement with our inner structure. It means saying, I do. I commit because I have agreed for this belief or this idea or this value to become a part of who I am. And therefore, you are ready to be conscious about your actions, and you're ready to accept responsibility for them. So the key, like literally the key, the thing that opens the door to congruency is consciousness. And I will be exploring consciousness with you next week. Conversations on Congruency is going to be broadcasted on Thursdays. And meanwhile, if you're interested in joining me through this journey, please like my Facebook page. You will find the link. And just, so you can receive updates on more conversations on congruency and some other things that I have been creating for you and that will come very soon, in case you want to join our journey to congruency.